Hey everybody, this is David, MSOM 612. Sorry for the wind, but I am in outside of Doha, Qatar, and I've been doing some really cool stuff today. Probably one of the funnest things I've ever done in my life. It's called dune bashing, where you get in a Toyota Land Cruiser, they deflate the tires, and you just go at ungodly speeds across sand dunes, up and down them. And if you notice right behind me, this is the inland sea, and that land mass that's beyond me is Saudi Arabia. And so I'm kind of on the edge of the world here and just having a fantastic day. What I wanted to talk to you today about is recap lesson 3 and then preview lesson 4 for you. Again, I hope you can hear this with all the wind going on. But lesson 3, the discussion board talked about organizational honesty, and I presented an opportunity for you to talk about this from the perspective of church ministry. And so I hope that you were able to take a look at those and provide some really good feedback in those areas, because again, if you can't be honest in a church, where can you be honest, right? And then the application this week talked about organizational complexity, and they had the video from this gentleman named Eves of LaRoe. They gave you 6 rules, and I'd like for you to write those down, because there's 6 rules really to deal with organizational complexity. And there were 2 particular elements. He had 3 rules that were enabling rules, and then 3 rules that were motivating rules. And some of those, I think, have some really good application for you, regardless of where you are in business today. So I hope you enjoyed those and were able to use and understand what he was talking about in the video, okay? And then the course project for lesson 3 really dealt with the internal analysis. And as I mentioned earlier, I just want to make sure that you focus as much on weaknesses as you do strengths in organization. So you can look at those and realize the strengths of the organization and what you can leverage in going forward. But you also have to look at those things that may be a challenge for you as well. I'm going to spin around a little bit, and hopefully, there you go, you'll see our dune bashing vehicle there. Okay? So that was lesson 3. Let's talk a little bit about lesson 4. The discussion board in lesson 4 coming up talks about competitive response. Now, one of the reasons that I put this in here is anytime that you do any type of strategic planning, you have to realize that things happen. And one day you may wake up and there may be a situation that you're facing that day that you didn't anticipate. And so I'm giving you a little bit of a scenario for you to talk about and how you respond to those, because how you respond in difficult situations is really a mark of leadership. And so you have to make sure that you remain flexible even after you create a strategic plan. Okay? And then the assignment this week talks about creating an atmosphere of innovation in your organization or even your department. And I give you some additional readings there on how the mighty fall, which is a follow-up to the book Good to Great. And I won't go into any more detail on that. But you take a look at things sometimes, and if you don't follow them all the way through to the other situations, then you may be in trouble. And even the greatest organizations, I'm thinking about IBM right now, for example. IBM once was Big Blue, and they can't do anything right. They've had like 9 quarters in a row now of negative or declining revenues. So even the mighty fall, and it just teaches you to talk about innovation as you begin to put your plans together. And then finally, this week, this section of the course project deals with strategic issues. So remember, you introduced your company, you did an external analysis in step 1, you did an internal analysis last week in step 2, and out of those we'll create some strategic issues that you're going to need to address. And so what I'm asking you today to do is to take a look at your analysis that you did in lesson 2, take a look on the external environment, take a look at the analysis that you did in lesson 3 on the internal environment, and then identify the issues that you're finding and the opportunities that you're finding because of that analysis. All right? I am still going to be gone for a little bit, but I hope you're having a great week. And if there's anything that you need, bounce me an email. I'm highly accessible and able to talk with you. Okay? Have a great week. Study hard. Chat with you soon. Take care.